However, I also firmly believe, as I'm sure you all do, that there is also an art to practicing medicine. And that art to practicing medicine is not easily detectable. It's not something that can be taught in a textbook. It's not always translated on a performance review, but it does exist. And I think it exists in every hospital, doctor's office, long-term care facility in this country. I think it happens when patients and their care providers make connections to one another, when patients are engaged in their care, when families are engaged in their care, when trust is cultivated between the two. I think it happens whenever a nurse gives a patient a comforting, extra reassuring touch, or a doctor gives a patient a reassuring smile. It's a very intangible element of the art of practicing medicine that I truly believe saved my life. I was briefly released from the hospital with my daughter on May 1st, and back in the following afternoon, I didn't make it 24 hours at home, I literally had fluid leaking out of my abdomen. I was readmitted, and they did several taps to try to drain the infectious fluid out of my abdomen. They were unsuccessful, and my circumstances deteriorated. I was brought to the ICU, and on May 10th, they brought me in for exploratory surgery. During the surgery, it was determined that my colon was ischemic and non-viable, and they did an emergency colectomy. The surgery took many, many hours, and they called my family in and told them that most likely I would be sedated for 48 hours, and they really weren't sure if I was going to wake up. And if the duodenum didn't function, there wouldn't be anything they could do to save my life. And so I'm sure you're all on the edge of your seats wondering if I made it. It's a real nail biter, I know. But luckily, the duodenum did function, and rather than my situation getting better, it actually deteriorated further. My family and received more intensive physical, speech, occupational, respiratory therapy. And on December 1st, in a blizzard that shut down Chicago, I was brought home by my husband. And I just remember thinking the whole way home, oh my gosh, we're going to die in a car accident after all this. Because truly it was icy, and it was awful.